When she walks out of your life, she doesn't reach out. She doesn't even apologize. And you cannot even have the last closure with her. This is a confirmation that there is a possibility she experienced psychological pressure. And in that, she started seeking for freedom. Meaning, she wanted to control a humankind's brain through thought, for that confirms that she is free. Yet on the left hand, it is a confirmation that that is the enslavement, and she is seeking control and power. If she was to lens from a different mindset, where control and power doesn't really exist. It's just a perception that heightens and modifies a psychological world, for in that we expect to be safe. And if our brain doesn't feel safe, even when she will still be in control, she will apply pressure on your side psychologically. And we are saying, as long as we are approaching Hannah from a logical standpoint, eventually what we will feel, it will be the physical sensation and the muscle tension, which means the energy shift on our side, it's too much, and there is a possibility that we either experience the pain so that we can learn that this type of consciousness exists through their perception, and they are already enslaved psychologically. But as an individual, we don't really exist. And we are here to learn. So this type of consciousness breeds conflict and division to a humankind's brain. And accepting, to lean in, to comply, it is a confirmation that you are also seeking control over a humankind's brain. And we all know you and I don't exist. And in that, it is a confirmation that we will also be giving power to that. And we are trying to control a humankind's brain to modify a consciousness that breeds conflict and division in a psychological world. Yet feeling the sensations and the muscle tensions in our body, it needs to give us wisdom and knowledge that there is a possibility that either I am missing something as an image, which means the only pathway forward is to seek truth. We are building a relationship. I am showing up consistently as an image. And in that, my presence and my energy is being shared with the other image. In this experiencing, engaging, doing something, we are creating a healthy consciousness for a humankind's brain. Which means the muscle tensions and the conflicts, the questions that you have no answers to, confirms either you chose to be on the receiving end of the pressure that she is applying psychologically, by giving power to thought. Or you chose to use logistics and data, and at this moment, you accepted, that is the you image accepted, that we don't really exist as one. What exists is just the nature of the oneself. And being around her, I burn out consistently. I have consistent questions that I have no answer to. And I feel like I need to always prove my worth. I need to always act in the right way. Not for the sake of creating a healthy consciousness for humankind's brain by ending division and conflict, but by modifying the conflict and division on a psychological world. And in that, I am enslaving myself by giving power to thought, letting the brain think that thought is in control. Yet, she is already in that world. So she is applying pressure to the I image that exists, yet we all know we don't really exist. And in that, she is seeking control and power to the I image that she thinks exists. When she will eventually realize that you are not folding, she will have a lot of conflict, questions. She will apply mind games, not for the sake of controlling you that doesn't exist, but controlling you that she thinks exists, because she believes in that image through a lens of perception. And when you don't lean in, you are ending that whole system that she believes in, and in the process, she will need to seek freedom. And freedom is barely outwardly. Freedom is inwardly. If she seeks freedom inwardly, it is a confirmation that through pain and suffering, she will be free. But if she seeks freedom outwardly, posting on her status, Netflix and chill for the expectation that eventually you will reach out, you will apologize, you will realize, you will notice. That is what will breed conflict on her side, and that is just what will happen. You don't plan for it to happen. That isn't your intention, but it will eventually happen. And when the pressure will be too much, she will look for a way to reach out passively so that she can hold on a system that breeds conflict and division, which is a consciousness that is unhealthy to a humankind's brain and not her brain. And in this process, she is enslaving her that she thinks exists when she doesn't really exist. And in that, even when you might have feelings for her, you might really care about her, you might really want it to work, there is a possibility that her version of her, the version of her that exists, is on a different timeline, is on a different dimension, on a different state of being, that you as a whole is not in that. Which means even when she comes back in your life, okay, she's not coming back in your life to build a serious, stable relationship. The image of her that she thinks exists wants something that is seeking control and power, because that confirms security, comfortability, and predictability. For when there is a predictable pattern, not physically, on a psychological world that confirms that she is safe. Yet, after having what she thinks she wants forever, eventually she will want to disregard it. Because now, your existence, your energy won't be appreciated. She won't see you as someone who wants to build a serious, stable foundation with her. And in this process, when she walks out of your life, she believes she deserves someone better.